Tonight, the Washington County Services Committee was supposed to talk about an investigation into alleged misuse of county property and an ordinance that would move several positions out of the sheriff's office to other departments. None of that happened. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer was at that meeting. She's in the studio tonight to tell us what happened tonight, Lauren.
Yeah, it was a tense night inside the courthouse. Some justices of the peace pushed to delay the investigation discussion, worried about violating state law, despite the county judge saying the public had a right to hear it. That then made the judge decide to delay the ordinance discussion. I asked him how they'll move forward from all this, and he said they need to do some personnel changes.
We're totally flabbergasted.
That was Judge Patrick Deacon's reaction after the quorum court voted to table the item.
It really blows us away that we come here with that information. That's a difficult thing to come down here and do, only to be rebuffed and not be included in the conversation. It's one-sided tonight, and that's the taxpayer loses in that moment.
The county judge says after more than a year of investigating alleged misuse of property and funds inside the sheriff's office, his team deserves the chance to present their findings.
This report is already public. What I want the public to understand is this does mention employees, but at the end of the day, this isn't an HR file. This is a report for the county attorney's office. This is an illegal exaction report that anybody could pick up that report, take it to an attorney, and take action against the county.
He also says he supports moving HR, IT, legal services, and buildings and grounds out of the sheriff's office and back under county leadership.
There's a lot of hurdles that we oversee or we go through to spend county funds. The sheriff's department's not going through those same iterations. They're not being accountable to the taxpayers.
But former Sheriff Tim Helder says those positions are crucial to remain in-house.
Please, don't let this be a ping pong match where people are shoved and bounced back and forth to different offices. Our HR division is very important because law enforcement is a unique animal.
The quorum court was supposed to discuss the ordinance that would move those departments to under the county, but the judge said it was best to table the issue.
If we can't explain our side of the story, how can we then encourage a quorum court to take up such a contentious decision as to move staffing around? We want our day, just like the other sides had their day.
The quorum court ultimately tabled both items and plans to seek a second opinion from the Attorney General's office. We asked current Sheriff Jay Cantrell for a comment, but he declined. Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks. Well, after more than a year of searching and one failed hire, there is a new internal auditor for the city of Fort Smith. City directors tonight hired Amanda Strange, who has worked with the city's Human Resources Department on an employee agreement. The position has been vacant since April of last year when Tracy Shockley resigned after 9 years with the city. Continuing coverage for a man facing a murder charge in Washington County. A jury was selected. Opening arguments were heard today in day 1 of this trial. 27-year-old Jason Lawson is accused of killing his roommate after an argument last June. A welfare check led police to find 33-year-old Benjamin Martin dead at an apartment on the kitchen floor. Lawson was arrested the next day. He was also charged with evidence tampering. Police say Lawson had also poured gasoline on and around Martin's body. That trial will continue this week. We'll, of course, keep you updated right here on 5 News. A man in Washington County facing drug trafficking and related charges had his trial reset. Antwain Jackson was arrested last year for drug trafficking of methamphetamine. County prosecutor Brandon Carter said Jackson is also facing a federal case. He is being held on a $100,000 bond. He will now go on trial in December. An update in the deadly shooting that happened across the street from Siloam Springs Intermediate School last Friday. Police are sharing the names of the victim and another suspect tonight. Police say the man killed in the shooting was Emmanuel Tucker. They've arrested 19-year-old Braylon Ferris and 15-year-old Kyle McIntyre. County prosecutor says McIntyre is being charged as an adult with capital murder. Ferris is also being charged with capital murder, among other charges. You can read more details about this on our website at 5newsonline.com. Meanwhile, the trial date set for a man who fled police in Springdale in a hearing today. Caleb Chavez was caught shoplifting at the Walmart on Pleasant Street. He fled from police and then crashed his car into a house on Watson Avenue. Chavez is charged with criminal mischief, theft, and endangering the welfare of a minor. There was a 16-year-old in the car at the time of that crash. He will face a jury trial on January 20th. Developing today, a Houston man charged with murder, accused of killing an 11-year-old boy after a ding-dong ditch prank on Saturday. 42-year-old Gonzalo Leon Jr. was booked into jail after say Leon allegedly opened fire on the child. Maribel Gonzalez has the latest now as the suspect appeared before a judge for the first time today.
A ding-dong ditch prank in Houston, Texas turned deadly.
There's no way you can mistake that kid for somebody grown or to do you any harm. And that's what hurts so bad.
Neighbors stunned by the death of 11-year-old Julian Guzman. Police say the boy and his friends were playing at a house down the street from their homes just before 11 p.m. Saturday. The game involves ringing a doorbell or knocking on someone's door, then running. A witness described Guzman running away when he was shot. The alleged gunman, 42-year-old Gonzalo Leon Jr., was taken into custody and charged with murder.
Sir, you're accused of the first-degree felony offense of murder.
He is expected to head back to court on Wednesday when a judge could decide whether he should be allowed to be released on bond.
Make sure you get to court tomorrow morning.
The Harris County District Attorney says they will be requesting a $1 million bond for the suspect. He also explained that a legal principle allowing individuals to use force to defend their home, family, or yourself should not apply to this case.
The Castle Doctrine does not apply in any way, shape, or form to an 11-year-old boy running down the street. This little boy was shot in the back. He had no weapon on him.
The DA calling the deadly incident, quote, cold-blooded murder.
He was playing pranks on the neighbors, and it cost him his life.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
After the mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church School in Minneapolis last week, hundreds of people rallied in Minnesota demanding action on gun violence prevention. The group gathered outside the state capitol calling for a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. The rally also honored the victims of the mass shooting that left a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old dead, along with 18 others injured. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says he plans to call a special session to pass a form of legislation that would regulate guns.
I am not going to allow anyone to try and make the case that the United States is unique in either mental health issues or other things. The thing that makes America unique in terms of shootings is we just have more guns and the wrong types of guns that are on the streets.
Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus pushed back on calls for an assault weapons ban and said the focus should be on the root causes of violence. The group called for, quote, strengthening mental health resources and broadening community support systems. Today, a state senator who represented parts of the River Valley died. District 26 Senator Gary Stubblefield was 74 years of age. He was born and raised in Charleston, spent a large part of his life serving those in the community he grew up in. He represented parts of Franklin, Johnson, Logan, and Sebastian counties. Many in the legislature reflected on what Stubblefield meant to the state, including Governor Sanders. One common sentiment, he represented his community with pride.
Think of a man of steel and velvet, and that's pretty large to have that kind of nomenclature put on you to be a man of steel and velvet. He was tough, he fought, and he was strong when it came to things he believed in.
Governor Sanders' office says she will declare a vacancy, followed by a call for a special election to fill his seat. State flags, by the way, will fly at half-staff starting tomorrow in mourning of Stubblefield. The first round of checks for a new data match program from the Arkansas Auditor's Office now rolling out. State Auditor's Office says more than $700,000 worth of these checks will be mailed this week. The new program aims to get people who have unclaimed property the money owed to them without them having to file a claim. Now, this could be uncashed checks, unreimbursed deposits, insurance proceeds, and a lot more. It all comes from a new state law that requires the office to mail checks to people as long as their identity can be proven through multiple sources. You have to be owed between $50 and $5,000 to be eligible for the program. Otherwise, you will have to file a claim.